Anthony Rico was someone that Sean Combs was clearly comfortable with. He would often sit next to Sean Combs, kind of keep him calm during court proceeding, who now says, for reasons really unknown, that he can no longer represent Sean.
I mean, come on now. That's more than 2 months away. Jury ain't been selected yet. You trying to tell me nobody that's on the jury will have heard that a lawyer backed out of the case? I don't know about y'all. That's not a good...
Things have taken a dramatic turn for Sean Diddy Combs as his legal troubles continue to spiral out of control. In a shocking development, his own high-profile defense attorney has abruptly stepped away from a case. But this isn't just any lawyer. This is the same legal heavyweight who previously defended one of bin Laden's closest associates. Let that sink in. A man who has taken on some of the most notorious, seemingly untouchable clients in history just decided that Diddy's case was too much to handle. If that doesn't send a clear message about how dire this situation is, nothing will. This case has officially become radioactive. When even the most seasoned attorneys known for defending the indefensible refuse to continue, it signals something major is happening behind the scenes. These elite defense lawyers don't just abandon cases, they fight to the bitter end, no matter how bad things look, because that's what they are paid to do. The fact that Diddy's lawyer has walked away suggests something massive was uncovered, something so alarming that even he couldn't justify staying on. So, what exactly did this attorney see or discover that made him decide to exit the case? More importantly, what does this mean for Diddy's defense moving forward? This isn't just a minor setback, it's a devastating blow. Losing a lawyer of this caliber creates serious vulnerabilities in his legal strategy. It could indicate internal chaos, unpaid legal fees, or even new damning evidence coming to light. Whatever the reason, it's clear that things are rapidly unraveling for Diddy. And if you think this is just speculation, think again. Even sports analyst Stephen A. Smith has weighed in, echoing what many have already suspected. This isn't just about a lawyer quitting, it's about the entire narrative around Diddy crumbling in real time. The most chilling part? It's not just the legal world turning its back on him. Once a case like this becomes public, it stops being confined to the courtroom. The jury, the people who will ultimately decide his fate, are already being influenced by the media's portrayal of him. From the moment this case hit the news, Diddy was facing an uphill battle, and the way things are unfolding, it's looking like an impossible fight. Right now, the image being painted of Diddy is nothing short of devastating. We're talking about career-ending, reputation-shattering levels of damage. And what's even more concerning is that his lawyer didn't even provide a real reason for stepping down. The official explanation doesn't hold up, which means something much bigger is happening behind closed doors, something they don't want the public to know. Diddy's legal strategy is proving to be a disaster. Not just risky, but outright self-destructive. His defense has doubled down on two controversial claims. First, that he is the victim of racial persecution, and second, that Cassie somehow invited the alleged abuse. These aren't just weak arguments, they are a legal nightmare. Any experienced attorney knows that juries don't fall for deflection tactics when the evidence is stacked against the defendant. And right now, Diddy's arguments aren't just hard to believe, they're actively fueling the backlash against him. Every time he or his team pushes these narratives, it backfires spectacularly, making him look even more guilty in the court of public opinion. But if you thought things couldn't get any worse for him, buckle up, because Donald Trump just dropped a bombshell that could obliterate Diddy's already crumbling defense. The former president has suggested he might release the names from Jeffrey Epstein's infamous client, the same list that has been whispered about in Hollywood, politics, and high society for years. If Diddy's name appears on that list, it's game over. No legal maneuvering, no damage control, just complete and total reputational destruction. Once those names go public, there will be no coming back. This isn't just about courtroom battles, it's about public perception, and that alone could be enough to end his career. The media will run with it, social media will explode, and no PR firm, crisis management team, or powerful industry allies will be able to contain the fallout. And just when it seemed like this case couldn't take another wild turn, it did. Trump's former Department of Defense Chief of Staff, Kash Patel, just made a shocking claim. He alleges there is something called a Diddy list. Yes, you heard that right. A list that, if declassified, could send shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. The very existence of such a list raises serious questions: what's on it, who's involved, and why hasn't it been released yet? Meanwhile, Diddy's remaining legal team is scrambling, resorting to desperate tactics that have raised eyebrows in the legal community. Sources confirm that his lawyers are aggressively pushing to force the names of witnesses and victims into the open. While they claim this is necessary for trial preparation, legal experts see it for what it really is: a blatant intimidation tactic. It's a strategy meant to scare off witnesses, apply pressure, and create fear among those willing to testify against him. But prosecutors aren't falling for it. They recognize exactly what's happening and refuse to budge. Right now, Diddy's legal team is throwing everything they have at the wall, hoping something sticks. But with every move, it's becoming painfully clear they're running out of options. If these rumored lists are released, Diddy might not just be looking at a trial, he might be looking at the complete and total downfall of everything he has built. His legal team just suffered another crushing defeat. The court flat out rejected their motion, and legal experts are buzzing about how unapologetically firm the ruling was. Given Diddy's alleged history of witness tampering, there was no way the prosecution was going to let this slide. But here's where things get truly disturbing. Sources close to the case reveal that when Diddy applied for bail, his alleged victims were absolutely terrified. We're talking about sheer panic at the thought of him walking free before trial. Court documents suggest that Diddy has a long history of using his wealth, influence, and connections to silence those who might testify against him. Whether through intimidation, backdoor deals, or worse, the allegations paint a chilling picture. Now imagine those same witnesses knowing their names could be made public before the trial even begins. That's a nightmare scenario, the kind that keeps people up at night. This is exactly why prosecutors fought so hard to protect their identities, and they are determined to keep them safe. But despite the fear, something remarkable is happening. People are tired of staying silent. Witnesses who once hesitated are finally coming forward. The fear that kept them quiet for years is beginning to crack. And when one person speaks, others follow. Industry insiders, people who personally worked with Diddy, are stepping up with explosive allegations. They're not just whispering anymore, they're talking, and what they're revealing is shaking the entertainment industry to its core. According to these insiders, Diddy allegedly arranged for women to be flown into his recording sessions, but not for music. These studio sessions reportedly turned into something much darker. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse, they do. On Monday, at least 6 new lawsuits were filed against him in federal court in Manhattan. The number of allegations is piling up so rapidly that even his most loyal supporters are starting to distance themselves. Court documents claim Diddy lured victims in with promises of fame, luxury, and stardom, only for them to end up in nightmarish situations. Some allege they were physically assaulted, others say they were threatened with violence if they refused to comply. And behind closed doors, Diddy's legal team is desperately trying to contain the fallout from damning video evidence that continues to surface. The secrets keep spilling out, and each new revelation is more shocking than the last. One of the most disturbing discoveries? The baby oil Homeland Security seized during their raid on Diddy's properties. What was it used for? The implications alone are enough to make anyone uneasy. And then there's Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who just made a jaw-dropping claim. He now suggests that Diddy may have had a connection to the tragic death of the notorious B.I.G. This isn't coming from some internet conspiracy theory. This is a man who was there, who saw things firsthand. If the courts start connecting any of these accusations, Diddy's case could become even bigger than anyone ever imagined. The writing is on the wall. His attorney saw the disaster coming and bailed before the entire ship sank. What was once an untouchable empire is now collapsing piece by piece. And the most significant shift of all? Those who once stayed silent are finally speaking out. The dam is breaking, and more people are coming forward than ever before. What do you think? Are more celebrities about to be exposed? Will the rumored Diddy list shake the industry to its core? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And before you go, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications because with the way this case is unfolding, you won't want to miss a single update. This is only the beginning. See you in the next one.